And with every animal I raise, I want them to have the best life possible with only one bad day. Well, unfortunately, what I'm holding here is a very special bird. It's a frozen goose, and it's special because I raised it myself. In this video, I'm gonna show you the entire process, start to finish, of raising geese for meat. Everything from taking care of the babies to the day you butcher them. Now, this is part of a challenge I'm doing where I'm raising as much food as possible myself. And when I started this challenge, I came up with a list of different animals I wanted to raise, and geese were one of them. I started researching different goose breeds. There's a lot out there, and I was most interested in raising a heritage breed from Germany called an Emden Goose. They're great for meat production, and so I started searching where I could get an Emden Goose. I looked on eBay and I found a seller that had hatching eggs for Emden Geese, but they weren't cheap. 6 eggs cost just under $100 with shipping. And whenever you get eggs sent through the mail, it's always a huge risk. You don't know what's gonna happen to them, but I decided to take that risk and hope for the best, so I ordered 6 Emden hatching eggs. The eggs arrived in the mail today, and there is fragile stickers all over this box. Let's see how they survived the trip. Looks like they're packed in sawdust. There's 1, 2, each egg is bubble wrapped. This one is completely crushed. 4, 5, 6. And that's it. You can see there's parts of egg all inside. I'm gonna open the crushed one last, but we'll start with all the ones that appear to have made it. That one looks good. A very large egg. Well, 5 of the 6 eggs appear to be fine. We're gonna let them rest for 12 hours before placing them in the incubator. Let's go ahead and take a look at the crushed one. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, you can see how big that yolk is. That is a big egg. Now, I'm not one to go demanding a refund or anything. I know it's a risk shipping eggs through the mail, and so I'm just gonna count this as part of the cost of doing business. It's too bad we got 5 instead of 6, but I don't consider it the seller's fault. They wrapped them very well in sawdust and bubble wrap, and sometimes the mail is just hard on shipping eggs. So this one is too bad, but the other ones, we're gonna go ahead and try to hatch some geese. Well, here's the latest update. Unfortunately, these eggs were supposed to hatch a week ago. I've left them in the incubator the whole time. The temperature's been constant. They've been turned. They were put at the bottom. I even had the humidity turned up and nothing. So every one of these was a dud. There's no pipping, there's no cracking, and no goslings. So getting the eggs in the mail and having them sent through eBay was a failure. That means I'm going to have to go to plan B. Now, finding Emden Goose goslings can be a real challenge, but fortunately, the local feed store had 2 of them down in one of their trays. They sell lots of chicks and ducklings and 2 Emden geese. So here's the box we sent them home in, and we're gonna go ahead and show you how big these baby geese are. Up there, they're sticking their heads out. They're actually really friendly and they're noisy. Now, normally wild goslings will be watched over by their parents while they feed on grass. They love to nibble on grass, and they eat huge amounts of vegetation and grow very quickly. So that's what these are gonna get. They're gonna eat grass in the day, they'll still have water, they'll also have some feed, and then at nighttime we'll move them inside, and when you handle them, they're gonna be pretty friendly geese. So let's take them to the outside pen and we'll give them some grass, and then at night we'll put them in the brooder. Okay, here's their outside pen. I can move the wire around. They have a big bowl of water, some food, some shade, and the place to eat the grass. Enjoy hanging out and grow up really big. Well, here's my new daily routine with the geese. I only leave them in the brooder at night to stay warm. I change this water twice a day. They poop in it. It gets disgusting. So this is only temporary. They really do best outside. Well, our ducks and geese are growing so quickly, they formed a pretty tight-knit flock, but I can't keep doing what I've been doing. I've been lifting them up at night and moving them into the brooder to be safe and warm. And then I take them back out in the morning to the wire fence in my yard. I move it around, but the wire fence isn't big enough, and by noon, they've eaten completely all the grass, and there's a thick layer of waterfowl poop everywhere. They need more space. So what I did is I got a larger wire roll, and I made a big pen. It's not permanent, but I put some T-posts so it's much larger. I can move it around maybe in a week or two when they've eaten all the grass, but for now they have much more space. This box will give the birds a very nice place to settle in at night. They can huddle together for warmth in the hay, and they have plenty of space, fresh air with the air holes back there. They're protected with a screen so no wild animal can climb in and kill them. In the morning, I can simply open the door and let them out. Our birds love grazing on the grass. They also have plenty of fresh water and feed. I even gave them a sand pit to get grit. They love chewing on the sand, and they just sit there and eat and rest. And those geese are actually pretty protective. Anytime I go near, they put themselves between the ducklings and me, trying to protect them. So this is quite a flock of waterfowl. Now before it gets dark, all I have to do is walk the ducks and geese down the fence line. They'll turn the corner, go straight into the box. I close the door, and they are safe and sound for the night. He always likes to nibble on my shirt. The goslings we bought from the feed store have grown up quite a bit. They're now full-grown adults. They have these beautiful white feathers, and I've really enjoyed raising geese. They have a ton of personality. This goose always comes up to me in the morning when I bring the food and gives me a nibble to say hello. He's also very protective of his flock. He's always placing himself in between me and the ducks, and if there's anything he doesn't like, he lets me know. He's extremely vocal. Now, I've really enjoyed raising geese, but I bought these for food. The plan was to give them the very best life possible, and I feel we've done that. He's had all the food and water he could ever want. He has shelter, he has a flock to be with, and he really enjoys swimming in his swimming pool. But as with every animal I raise for food, I want them to have the best life possible with only one bad day. Well, unfortunately for our goose here, today is his bad day. We're gonna very quickly and humanely dispatch him. Then we're gonna dip him in hot water to loosen up the feathers. We'll also use wax to pluck all the feathers. And then we're gonna butcher him. So next time you see this goose, he's nibbling on my neck, he's gonna look a little different. He's gonna look something like this. We're done butchering our goose. It turned out very well. I can't wait to cook this up and eat it. I also saved the gizzard, liver, heart, and feet. We're gonna use those in different recipes. But the next step is I need to freeze this, and to do that, I'm gonna place it in a poultry bag. It shrinks around it, sucks out all the air, and that way it doesn't get freezer burn. We'll label it and put it in the freezer, and when we're ready, we'll cook up a delicious goose meal. Our goose meat now is completely frozen. I consider goose meat a delicacy. It's not often eaten in this country, especially farm geese. Every goose that I've eaten before this has been hunting wild geese. But I can't wait to roast this up. It's gonna be so delicious. Now I've challenged myself to go an entire month only eating food 100% that I've raised and harvested here on my farm. And this is just one of the many protein sources I'm doing. I'm gonna do a different video every single night with a feast. I've also raised chickens, turkeys, ducks, guinea hens, peafowl, pheasants, partridges, pigeons, doves, and much more. So if you want to see me roast this up in a future video, make sure you stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider clicking that button. So as I end this video, we're going to do a quick montage. This is your life, Emden Goose.